Just
What's supposed to happen?
respect is earned.
No, respect is not earned. You should automatically give someone respect until they lose it from you.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Until they give you reason.
Okay, wait. Let me just do the disclaimer. Like, hey guys, welcome to Shop Talk.
Jumping right in.
in. Respect. We got Tiffany, Dejana, and Adriana with us today, and we have a couple others that probably will be jumping in a little bit. So we'll see. And feel free to jump in the comments, guys. And be looking for people in the comments. Can you guys see the comment section or no?
No. Where does it go?
Does it
Well,
show? It's somewhere where I can. Oh, I think I can show it. Show. No.
well, will we not see it until there's a comment?
Live viewers comment show on screen. No, just as an example, click on the comment show. And
I found $50 in my pocket.
Put it on the screen. Click the comment.
I
So
don't
any
know. I will type it.
topic is about respect. Should respect be just automatic, or is it earned? Like I feel like when I was younger, like as far as elderly people or older people, you were just supposed to respect them no matter what. Like it's just automatic. And I feel like in this day and age, children don't seem to agree. So we have two young ones and two oldies, but goodies too. So let's jump right in. What do you guys think? Oh, you want me to put one up?
No, I think that respect should automatically, no matter if the person's old or not, just dealing with another person in general, you be respectful until that person breaks that. So it's like, okay, you start off with a respectful conversation or mannerism, and then once that person starts slipping, it's like, all right, this is not happening. You lost it. And then, I mean, it depends on the person too. Like, I mean, if it's my family and, I'm going to say something to why I'm no longer being respectful to you because you're not respecting me. But from the jump, everybody deserves respect until it's, until they break it. I'm not just going to be walking around treating everybody like it's inferior because of how I feel about myself.
I can mute you.
What'd you say?
Let me know. Your background was very loud and disturbing. We're not doing that on here no more.
Who?
Adriana. Okay. Do you have something to say?
You muted me? That's so rude. I feel like I just gave you the utmost respect and you just disrespected me.
Well, when we put the video back and you hear how loud, just where you'll be like, oh.
I was trying to get a setup so that I could sit the phone instead of holding it, but excuse me. I agree with Dejana though. Yeah. I think everybody deserves respect from the beginning, but like as soon as they do something to like, once you piss me off, I'm not about to respect you no more. So there's that. And some people, like old people or older people, they be like low-key being rude already for no reason just because they feel like they're older and like they just can be.
Yeah.
So that kind of rubs me the wrong way.
It's like the culture's changing because of the whole. I feel like my mother feels like respect is just a given, especially if you respect your elders. It's in the Bible. It's taught. Respect your elders and respect your parents, and it's just like, okay, but respect me too.
Exactly.
I'm a human being too. Just
so
because,
like your mom, like oh mom, respect me.
I'm throwing jabs right now.
I mean, your mom should respect you.
I mean, I think your mom probably does respect you, but I think like moms, I mean, our job is to tell you what to do, what not to do, what's accepted, what's not. So I think
in a respectful manner.
Girl.
Okay. Period.
Okay, I don't know about all that.
So I always feel
you don't think
everyone deserves a chance to get respect. Automatically, you respect your elders, right? When you see them, because that's how we were raised. But I also feel and understand where a level of disrespect might come about based upon how the person treats you or talk to you. Because just because they're your elder doesn't mean they're not supposed to respect you as well, because everyone should be respected as an individual, regardless if it's a young person, an older person, or whatever. Everyone is supposed to be respected, and they're supposed to be given respect by everyone until they do something to lose that respect.
Right. So I feel like older people, when I say older, I don't mean like our age. I mean, like, I feel like my mother.
Right.
She says a lot of stuff that I really be like, girl, disrespectful.
Exactly. So are you supposed to just sit there?
But I feel like because she's 80, yeah, like, so what if she says some rude stuff? Like, should you really be like,
yes, you
roasting
should.
the 80-year-old?
Yes, you should.
No passes. None.
No.
None. You want to be
No,
treated like an equal, you
no,
go and get this equal.
It's like when they get okay, 80's pretty old. So I feel like when they get that old, they be like rude. Like
On purpose.
yeah, on purpose. And so at that point, it's kind of like you just ignore it. But like your mom's not about to just talk to me however she wants. Not like, oh my, it's different when it's like your grandmother, Even though I would want my grandmother not to talk to me however she wants, but like if I go to my friend's house and their mom's just mad rude, I'm gonna be like, yeah, your mom's hella disrespectful. Like I'm about to go because I don't disrespect people in their house. Like but some people just be rude and ignorant for no reason, and I feel like I'm not gonna be like, oh, sorry, ma'am, if you're like rude to me for no reason.
I agree.
I agree.
I hear you.
But I also feel like when it comes to, like you guys said, when they're older, sometimes they don't even realize they're being rude because they're going back in the time, like the era that they was raised from. So, and how they would talk to you, you know what I mean? So I look past real old people like that, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like somebody that is like maybe 50 or 60 years old, or, they know
Those are the ones that don't get a pass.
Those are the ones that gonna get it back. Yeah.
Exactly. I also feel like it's kind of like certain situations, like if it's not that serious, then you got to just kind of learn to just, no matter who it is in life, young or old, some people are really going to just like rub you the wrong way. And you kind of just got to be able to like brush it off and be like, whatever. But certain people, they deserve that disrespect. Like, certain people, you need to tell them, like, okay, like, you need to chill out. You're doing too much, like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People be trying, they be trying to embarrass you, like older
Yes.
people.
Yes. That's
Like, you're not about to embarrass me. Sis.
It's not even respect. Sometimes it's just like straight up, like, I'm going to humiliate you.
Yeah. And
Like, why?
that's
Why are you doing this right now?
like, okay, well, I'm finna clown too, so we go see who wins.
Okay, Angie, do you know what the topic is?
Yeah.
Did you get what the topic is? Yeah, so it's all right. So also I was saying before we went live that just from watching a lot of the TV shows, it seems like if older people, meaning like maybe my age or a little bit younger, are on a show with people you guys age or maybe a little bit, well, no, I'm not looking old. So like, yeah, it's like it'll be like roasting the older person, like she's old, she's washed up, like, girl, grandma, and go sit down and all stuff. And I'm like so confused about that because when we were coming up, people y'all's age, when we were your age, people older, it was like you wanted to be like them, or like it was, I don't know, a different level of respect for
Right.
that age. So I don't know. It's like I don't know if you guys feel the same way, like, oh, go sit down, or like find something else to do or what. But like it kind of went from paying homage to like the older ones to like disrespecting them or feeling like they're washed up or whatever.
I don't want to be that person.
I
Oh,
think
go
I
ahead,
think
Angie.
it's disrespectful.
Yeah.
'Cause, back in our time, like they say, it take a village to raise a child. So it was, you got your ass whooped by your next door neighbor. Then you went home and you got another ass whooping for whatever you did, whether you got smart with an adult, or or you did something wrong. Back in our time, it wasn't none of that. Oh, you can't discipline your child and all this other stuff. No, we got our ass whooped. Period. Point blank. It wasn't none of that. If we was disrespectful, we got our ass whooped. Nowadays, um, I would say the generation after us, I think a lot of them are disrespectful, and I think even the younger ones after them are way worse
Oh,
because
definitely.
yes, they're way worse than them because it's like there's no respect and true and in all honesty too, it's all in your upbringing. When your mother is being your friend, now you could be your child's
Hold
friend
up
to a
now.
certain
I'm
extent,
this kid's friend,
but when
girl.
you sitting there smoking weed and getting high with your kid and drinking and stuff like that, then all of a sudden the children start to lose respect for you because now instead of them thinking that you're their mother, you just now became their friend. And then that right there, that's when you start seeing a lot of disrespect in the homes and stuff. Because I'm gonna tell you some good shit. If my kids ever called me a B or said F you, I'll tell you what, they won't have no teeth and I won't buy them no dentures to replace them. Real shit. I'm telling you, but my kids know better because I don't sit back and drink with them. I don't smoke weed with them, and I don't act like I'm their friend. You know what I'm saying? No, I'm not. I'm not your friend. I'm your mother, and that's where the respect comes in at. And some children, you all's age, do respect us because of how you all were brought up. But if you were brought up in an environment where you smoking and doing all this and with your mom and stuff and laid back, you start to lose respect. Like our age group, we knew better. Like we already knew that if we came out the side of our neck, we already knew it was going to happen. Either you got slapped in your mouth, slapped in your face. It didn't even matter. You got hit, but it was all in respect. And I think over the years, a lot of children have lost the respect because even when we were you all's age, if a person was in their 40s or 50s, we looked at them as our elders. They were older than us. So we respected them, you know. But
So
then
I
too, you do have parents out there that will jump
Just
up in another child's face and act like they're 15, 16 years old and getting real disrespectful and rude and stuff like that. So it kind of goes both ways. So I can dig
so
where
I
you all are coming
understand.
from, being the age
I
that you are.
I mean, I kind of disagree as a disrespectful
I
child
knew the
myself.
Yeah.
right. Disrespect because
I
you knew I was trying to go right after Angie.
See,
See,
this is what we be
exactly.
talking
see,
about.
Exactly what
see, I'm disrespectful.
right.
Like,
Wait, do I need
okay,
to mute
you
y'all?
first, Tim.
Hold on. Who do I need to mute?
I'm not gonna talk. You go ahead, Tiff. Look at me respecting my elders because she's mad old.
So I understand where Angie's coming from, and I agree with some of the stuff she's saying, but I don't feel as though if you reach a certain age and your kids are a certain age, if me and Dejana sat at the table and drank a bottle of wine together, I'm not drinking with my daughter. We're at home, we're relaxing, we're talking, we're kicking back. It's just like if you go to a Christmas party and all your aunts and uncles are there and you're of age and y'all are all sitting around drinking. That's not putting them on the same level as being your friend and
Well,
leading into a disrespect. I feel like it's all about your upbringing. If you raise your kids to if
yeah,
to be
true.
disrespectful or you allow them to get to the point where they're disrespectful, of course, if you're drinking, smoking, or whatever, and they feel like they're your friend because you're like helping them do stuff or you're talking to them a certain way or whatever, yes. But if you have an adult, a mature relationship with your children, you sit back and have a drink with them. That's not giving them the line to disrespect you. That's just all in the
Well,
upbringing.
Tiff, you're absolutely right, and I should have had actually said that a little differently. What I'm saying basically is
Get out my
when
car,
you're
nigga.
sitting there with with your children's homeboys and homegirls, and you're the mother as an adult, and y'all sitting around passing the blunt saying, yeah, F this, F that, in this and that, you know what I'm saying? And passing blunts around and drinking. So I get what you're saying, Tiff, and you're absolutely right. So I should have rephrased that a little bit. But like when you got your your children's friends acting like you're one of their friends, and their friends start to lose respect for your mother, that's when you know, like, okay, you did something wrong. Certain stuff you just don't do. You know, so you're right, Tiff. And we all have been in family functions with our aunts and uncles, and we all have had a drink with them as mature adults. So you're absolutely right. So I apologize the way I said that. So no, you're absolutely right.
There's no need to apologize. That's why we're in for a discussion. It's just, it's more like a debate. But I would like to say,
no,
hands up to Noodles. Noodles did no Angie cut in and didn't say anything. So perfect example.
And for some reason, I don't see why she didn't get called disrespectful, because clearly it was my turn.
Can we not be petty?
No,
Anyways,
Noodles, I am so sorry.
It's
I'm
okay.
So sorry. I
It's
know you was
okay.
after Tiffany.
It's okay. So there's two
I'm still gonna
things
send
that
Kari
he is too old. First of all, no thanks. Two things. So one, I've been called disrespectful my entire life, like literally my entire life. I don't think I was disrespectful, but I feel like there's like it's empty. There's like this thing on like, oh, your parents being your friends, like you can't be friends with your child. I feel like that's part of the problem. Like, you can be friends with your child, like to a certain extent. Like, my mom is my friend. We talk about things, but I think when I say she's my friend, it's like on a comfortable level. So yeah, I'll talk about her. I'll talk about things with her that I would talk about with my friends. And at the same time, I respect my mother. But if somebody else's mother comes out the side of their neck, just because that's somebody's mama, don't mean I'm gonna respect you. Because, like I said, I respect my mother, but I'm not gonna let nobody talk to me. However, it doesn't matter how old you are. Like, one, I'm always gonna be respectful. Like, if I go into somebody's house, I speak and things like that. Say please, thank you, all of that. But I feel like if somebody, like, I have been in multiple situations where, like, even just when I was working when I was younger, because I would be younger, people would talk to me like I was their kid, and I'm like, whoa, like, just because I'm younger than you don't mean you can talk to me however you want. And just because you're older than me doesn't mean I need to yes ma'am and yes sir. Like, no, if you're not going to talk to me like I'm an adult, because like when I was like 18, I would work with people who were like 30 or 40, and they'd be talking to me crazy like, oh, you got to do this. Like, no, I don't got to do nothing. I'm a grown woman at the end of the day. Like, just because I'm younger than you doesn't mean I'm not grown, and doesn't mean I can't speak on, like, things that I feel or things like that. But they expect you to just kind of shut up and be like, that's an adult. You need to respect your elders. Liliana's like falling asleep.
This is not the right topic.
Sis is tired. But like, I don't know. I think they just be like I said earlier, like some old people will just like literally nitpick with you, like, oh, because you're younger, and they feel like, oh, maybe you're disrespectful, or like you owe them something. And it's like, no, I don't owe you respect. Like, or I do, but you owe it to me as well, because like Dejana said, I'm a human being. Like, you got to talk to me how you would want to be talked to.
Exactly. It's all about respect.
I have noticed that, the nitpicking, and a lot of the times, the stronger the personality for a young person, that older person will try to break that down, because it's just like, nah, I'm the older person, and it's like they're fighting for their youth again in a way, and it's like, I'm on your side, just respect me.
like just be nice. Great.
Right, like, I'm not doing anything, but a strong personality, they want to break it down. But those are a different type of people. But respect is definitely something that you just start off with.
Should be given until
Like, and then
not.
somebody, they just constantly break it down. Now with family and stuff, sometimes you're just like, oh, that's Aunt Ruthie, she's wild, like she's wild, and you just leave it alone. But I guess you just have to choose. But I feel like respect is just something that you just know. You should know. And if you're just coming off disrespectful, then that's the reason why everybody's disrespectful.
Right.
See you later. See y'all
So,
later.
I will say I did. I do agree with there's parts to this. So for me, I'm guilty of being my kid's friend. Everybody who's around knows it. Like, and for the most part, it's all right. Like, the only thing is, at times it does come into play where it's like, okay, I'm still the mama. Like, don't get confused or whatever. But as far as what you were saying, Angie, I don't smoke weed, so I don't want to be like, oh, if you smoke with your kid or whatever, that's terrible. Only because, girl, I know Tiff was like, if she sits at the table and has a glass of wine with Dejana, then that's fine. That's not drinking together. Girl, no, I straight be at the house with my adult children drinking with.
Right.
We be getting lit. We enjoy
Yeah,
it.
I have fun.
No.
I still don't even see the problem in that. Like, they're not doing, they're all old enough to be drinking, and they're not all of a sudden getting, I drink with them and we can have a whole great time. And the next morning, they're not about to get up and be like, oh, bitch, go sit down. Nobody's gonna be like, bitch, guess what happened today? Like, nah, we're not playing that. But I have had someone say to me, like, a couple of my kids call me Booker, which I would never let my kids call me Lily, because that's just seems disrespectful as hell. But obviously Booker's my last name. And I thought it was funny. It started from like a family, one of my friends who I turned into my family. So them calling me Booker, and then the kids start calling me Booker. I never thought nothing of it. So now all my kids' friends call me Booker. It doesn't seem like anything to me. I actually thought it was kind of cute. And then my oldest calls me LB, my initials. And then just my youngest calls me Mommy. But someone said it to me recently, like, yo, it's crazy that you allow your children to call you by your name. And I'm like, I don't. Like, but I do. So it's like stuff that before I'd be like, hell no. And still, even now, I feel like if they were sitting at the table like, oh, Lily, pass me something to drink, I'd be like, you lost your damn mind. But Booker is mine, and it doesn't feel disrespectful. So it's kind of like, but for the person who said it, they're old school. They're like, damn, what the hell kind of breakdown is in your family that your kids are okay with calling you by your name or whatever? And I'm like, damn, I never even looked at it like that. But also, anybody who's around me knows that I have like a really good, strong connection with my kids, even when they're doing bull crap and stuff. Like, at least they have a safe space. They'll call me and tell me, like, yo, I just did some bull crap or whatever. And for me, my kids don't swear talking to me. I am the biggest sailor on the planet. People talk shit about me all the time. Since I was 16, I've been swearing up a storm. That's who I am. My kids do not swear talking to me. But just in the last year, if my a couple of times my oldest was like super upset and was flying. I'm like, no, fuck that, mommy, But talking to me, I didn't feel like it was disrespectful, because it was out of frustration and anger. And it wasn't like, fuck you, mommy, shut up. It was like, mommy, this motherfucker. Oh, like, when I understand that. And then incidents with Noodles, he was like extremely upset recently, and she was like swearing up a storm, and I was like, my mind wasn't like, oh, this mug's being disrespectful. My mind was like, oh wow, she is mad as hell. Like, she is really upset because she don't talk to me like that. And so if she's telling me, if she's using these words, that's like a level of
Right.
upsetness.
She
Like,
said-
yeah, so to me, I wasn't offended. And but that doesn't mean like later she'll be like, yo, what up, bitch? Or not, like, nah, we're not doing that. So I think, I don't know, when I was younger, I felt like stuff was like across the board. Like, this is respect and this is disrespect, and we're not blurring the lines. But now I'm like, I don't know, it's stuff that doesn't
Right.
bother me as much. But then I know other people might look at it and see something different. So it just depends on the person.
Well,
I
I
think
feel
it
like,
depends on the relationship too.
yeah.
Mhm.
On the
Yeah.
relationship.
You said what about the relationship?
It depends on the relationship because
It
to
depends
one
on the
person, like,
relationship.
yeah, like if you're not close to your parent or whoever the elder is, and you're talking to, like you said, if one of your kids call you and they're super upset and they're swearing to you, you're like, oh, this is coming from like a place of anger, like they're upset and they're talking out of anger. But you got to also step back and realize it's like not only are they talking out of a place of anger, but they felt comfortable enough to call you and let you know, like, oh, this just frustrated me. Where I've like been around so many people where some people have been around me for 2 minutes literally, and they'll hear me on the phone with you and they'll be like, wow, your relationship with your mom is amazing, I wish I had that.
Yeah.
So it's like it depends on the relationship with the parent, because your kids are comfortable enough to talk to you, but there's other people who really will just go cry in a corner because they can't talk to their mom about some stuff that is really serious, and they feel like, but they don't have nobody to turn to. So I feel like a part of it is building the relationship with your kids or your family or whoever you're dealing with, so that they're comfortable enough to say things to you, and you got to kind of know how they navigate, and the respect just falls in line.
Yeah.
And
And
I think also expressing yourself about something, you know what I'm saying? Like, and they're swearing, they're telling you a story, they're bringing out their frustration. And like you said, it's not like they're directly saying like, oh, mommy, fuck you. And da-da-da. No, they're telling you a story how a person did and exactly what transpired without any, without any filter with it. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's not disrespectful. The times has changed. It's not back in the 1970s and 80s when you couldn't express yourself. You know what I'm saying? It's just a lot. It's different, and that's what it is. Like older people may feel like how how my kids will talk to me is not the way I can talk to my parents. You know, and then if they hear my kids talking to me like that, they feel like it's disrespect because I'm not allowed to talk to them like that. But then, you know, I have to explain like it's a different time. Like they're not talking to me disrespectful. They're explaining something to me without dancing around telling me the story. You know what I mean? So,
Right.
Right.
You're right.
and then even what you said about the Booker stuff, like I don't feel like the Booker's disrespectful. But if they started calling you Lily, I would be like, Lil, what the fuck, man?
Right.
Me too.
If they said Lily in front of you, you know, in front of me, because I feel that's disrespectful because they're taking away from the mother thing. The Booker thing is just like, you know, like,
And it's like
more like a joke to me.
yeah,
you know?
we've heard your kids call you mommy, and then it's not like they call you Booker all the time. Sometimes it's Ma, sometimes it's mommy, and then sometimes it's Booker. But I feel like people who blatantly call their parents by their first name, like my cousin baby Brian calls his dad Brian, and it doesn't even matter if you're a boy or a girl. I just feel like you are intentionally being disrespectful, because you could say there's so many different things you could call somebody. You could call somebody gummy bear if you don't want to call them mommy, like hey gummy, like, or like, you know, just different things, and you just choose first name because everybody else calls you your first name. That's messed up. Like there's no relationship, and that's what you guys brought up, the relationship. That when you blatantly call somebody by their first name, there's no relationship. When you have friends, what do? You shorten their name, you build that relationship. Wait, what happened? Can you guys hear me? Oh, you muted everybody else? Oh, tight. All right. Okay. But like you shorten your friends' names, or you give your friends nicknames. Sometimes if you're one of those corny people, y'all 4 people, y'all put y'all names together, make it an acronym. It's a relationship.
Right.
So
Right. There's a girl that I do that to her. Every time she's not aggressive enough, I'm like, me and you together. Okay, let me be this. Her name is Jenny. So I'd be like, girl, you need to turn into Jilly.
Yeah.
What's wrong with you, girl? Like,
we're Jilly. Together we make Jilly.
yeah, because she got to be a little more aggressive. She'd be too sensitive. Like, hold up. But okay, let's see.
Hey, ladies.
Okay,
Hey, Trina.
And I didn't.
Ashley's here.
Neither, but
Can I just tell y'all, I don't agree with none of that shit y'all just said.
All right, let's go. What you got to say, Trina?
We've been waiting for you.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yes, I've been telling her. Come on, girl.
I dead ass don't care how angry my children are. Don't swear at me. You better figure out some other adjective to use. I don't care. No.
Oh, okay.
Don't you better figure out some other nouns and adjectives and verbs to describe how you're feeling. I don't want my kids to be like, yeah, and this bitch. No. I personally am about to stop you in your tracks, and I'm gonna lose focus on what we're talking about. I don't want them to do that. I feel like there has to be another way for me. No judgment on anybody else. I just don't want to hear that shit.
No, I hear you.
Yeah, that's just me though.
That's it.
But I'm funny like that. That's the only part of the conversation I heard when you guys were talking about,
like, you know how people be like, don't let your kids call you by your name. And I'm like, my kids couldn't call me Lily, but like, I realized they be calling me Booker. So it's
right.
Similar to
I think that's a little bit different though. I think that's a little bit different. That's like literally like just a nickname, similar to like, instead of mom, mommy, it's Booker, That ass, not like they're saying Lily. You know what I mean? Like it's not that. So I don't think that's an issue for me.
So what do you think about the like being friends with your kids?
I would turn my camera on so you can see my face, but goddamn well I ain't friends with their kids, my kids, your kids, nobody kids. I don't We don't do the friendship with the children. All the kids got to stay and remain in their place because the lines get blurred like that, And then when something happens and you're trying to be serious, then they got you on kid time or they got you on, their type of time. I don't want to be on their type of time. I want to always remain that level of respect so you don't never think that you can slide down the hill with me. I don't want to do that.
No, I get that.
I see where you're coming from, but
definitely.
That's because there is some people that don't know how to draw the line. You know what I'm saying? So I guess with each family or each kid in the family or whatever, you know what I'm saying, you would know how to navigate with each one of those children by their personality. You know what I'm saying? Plain and simple. Like I know I could be cool with Dejana and I could do different things with her and she would draw that line. Like she's always been respectful. Whereas though I have my oldest son, you know what I'm saying, which there is no line. Like you understand, even if I try to draw a line, there's nothing there. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, and he can get really, really disrespectful. He does the tiff when he's mad, when he can't get his way with me. I'm Tiffany, or you know what I'm saying, I'm Mummy, and then I'm his friend. And so I do understand where you're coming from, with that or whatever. And then he just ain't developed nothing yet anyway. So, he's still young.
Nenens is just another.
Yeah.
He just be trying to blur the lines. It's like like I said, it's intentional. Like the relationship is, and it's not like she's not being that parent. And that's why I get what Trina's saying is just like, nah, there ain't gonna be no slopes at all, because sometimes you constantly being the parent, and they still trying to wiggle around the relationship, and you're still being the parent. So like with our relationship, it's like I can draw that line. Like I'm not gonna be up in here cursing. Sometimes my boyfriend is just the way he talks. He curses, but I just be like cringing, like why he cursing? Like but yeah. Ashley.
But that's his personality. So
yeah.
You just gotta know, you know what I'm saying, that he's not being disrespectful or whatever. He's just talking, telling a story, whatever it is, what it is. I don't take that stuff personal because first of all, I mean, he's older too. You know what I'm saying? So
He's old.
he's not old. He's just older.
He's old.
He's your brother, but
Yeah.
What do you think about with so Angie has said like the smoking and drinking with your kids? Hell no. Tiff said she'll kind of like drink, but she's not like not drinking, partying. I said I ain't gonna lie, I've been drinking with these kids. So what
No,
do you?
I would drink party with my kids because this is the thing. We're in the house or whatever. Okay, and I'm just saying, like the pandemic is going to be here for a while. You can't drink nowhere else. You can't drink with no one else. So your kids are of age, with the exception of Nenens or whatever. Why not drink with them?
Go to your room because those ain't your friends. Those are your kids.
Also, now you want me to be an alcoholic and
On
be
your own.
Yeah. Okay. You know what I'm saying? So I don't see anything wrong with that or whatever. If you have like a little get together or whatever, y'all all sitting around playing cards, whatever, or playing games and you're drinking or whatever. I don't see anything wrong with that. And even if you smoke, if you're a smoker and your kids smoke, that's fine. You understand what I'm saying? Because what's the difference to if you're in your room smoking and they're out in their car or in the backyard smoking? What's the difference?
See, I feel like I'm unfair with that because I've always been like, I would never smoke with my kids. But the truth is, I just don't smoke.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. I don't either, but that's why
I will drink. Like, so it's like
smoke with them. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, I don't know.
What's the difference? There's no difference. I think
except for the fact that marijuana used to be illegal, so you're kind of encouraging something, but it's not no more. But it's not.
I think it's just the relationship and the timing and what's going on.
I just think it's a lot of open ways that's just trickling down, and you're trying to bring it into what modern times and different. I mean, everything's so different now. Not like how it was back then.
But
well, Ashley and I think Angie, were you in when we started in the beginning when we were asking about
I don't think Angie's in here right now. It looks like it's just Dejana, Tiff, me, you, and Trina.
somebody's popping back in.
Somebody's coming back in now.
You
Alright,
have me back. Okay.
okay, you guys can hear me? Wait, where's Trina?
Okay.
I'm here.
Oh, and
What was
can you hear us?
I can hear you guys.
Oh, okay. So in the beginning, we were talking about respect. Like, do you guys think that you need to, like, as an older person, like, should respect be like automatic, or do you like have to, as an older person, as a mom, as a parent, stuff like that? Do you think you have to earn the respect? Like how's that work? What do you guys think about that?
I could jump in. No, like, okay, so here's the thing. I'm not gonna disrespect an elder, period. Like just period. I don't have it in me to do. I wouldn't, my mom was really funny about being disrespectful, so I like take disrespect very seriously. So I just would never myself. But that is with a caveat. I'm not gonna lie. Like, if you're an elder and you out here acting like, somebody else age, then I may mess around and slip up and treat you as such. So depending on how that elder is carrying herself. Now, like, for example, if the elder is Mama D, she gonna get it. Sorry. Unfortunately,
Yeah, it goes all out the window, right?
right? Like I can't hold you to that because you don't hold yourself to that. You gonna get it how you give it. For people, you understand what I'm saying? So there's a difference. If you carrying yourself in a certain manner, then I'm gonna praise you and hold you up, and I'm not gonna, even if you fall off your throne, I'm not gonna step there with you because I know you to be a certain way, and you might have just, stepped off your throne for a second. But if you moving out, or for example, even Mama Joyce, let's use her for a kiddie mother, not to go loving hip hop, but I'm just saying in terms of older people that kind of give it up in a different kind of way. I ain't for that type of stuff. You can't do that to me. So it just it
But what
depends.
about my mother?
Yeah.
Huh?
What about my mother? Because she be forcing it.
I don't care what mom does. You know, I don't play that shit. Like I don't like mom is different. Mom is mom, and mom has been who she has been for all of our lives. It'd be different if mom didn't always give it up how she gave it up. She always gave it up that way. She'll tell you how it is, but she ain't necessarily disrespectful per se. That much. Really. Shit. She's not that bad, bro. Why would you bring your mother up in this? What were you?
Well, we was talking about the reason why she said her mom is because we were basically saying, like, you know, once they reach a certain age or whatever, like, you know, 80, 90 or whatever, it's like, will you still disrespect them or whatever? But when they're at that age, like, they really don't even know what they're really saying and stuff like that or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like,
No, I get it. I get it. I'm
it's
just
just
joking
a
about
lot
mom.
different.
I
I
know.
only said my
Somebody
mom
like
because
60 or 70.
But I only said my mom because it's easy for you to be like, you know, like Mama D. I don't know how old she is, but like Mama Joyce, she seems like she old, girl. And I'm like, they're irritating. Sorry, I feel like
No,
they're
they're
irritating.
disrespectful. Like
And they are,
so. No,
but you can't relate to them because you don't know them. But my mother be coming for
They're
folks,
disrespectful. They are.
and I'm like, you take it different when it's like somebody you love and care about. Oh no.
But it seems like Trina ultimately said what we all had said. Like she respects older people. She gives them that respect because that's what is there until they give her reason not to respect them. That's ultimately what she did say, you know?
Yeah.
So you
Yeah.
get something like Mama D.
What you think, Ashley? Can you hear?
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, my volume just came back. I need like a
Mm.
quick cut.
Oh, the question was about if you think that older people need to
You know this.
like they just automatically get respected, or like do they need to earn the respect?
I mean, I definitely think they should automatically be respected. That's how I've always thought in general.
Yeah.
I don't think no older person needs to build their respect or earn their respect. But I think I just heard the end of what Trina said. I mean, if you get to a point where you feel disrespected, it's like a fine line of like, what can you let go or what can't you let go? You know what I mean?
Yeah, and then also, what about the ages? It's like, so Trina and Tiff, to us, my mother, or Angie too, sorry girl.
Yeah.
To us, my mother is like the elder or whatever. But are we considered elders to our kids?
Yeah.
well, yeah, because when the kids come over here, like if Hank or Angelique or anybody have their friends over here, they all know. Like
Yes,
I hear
we
they can
are.
down in the living room having a good time and cussing up a storm. I don't play that shit. Do you know what I'm saying? Like so, even when and they're all grown as hell, but they know not like you better not be let me hear that shit in my earshot. Like I want to hear y'all pre-adults or young adults carrying on while I'm upstairs. Whether you know what I mean, I don't want to hear that. So I don't know. That's a touchy one. That's a tricky one there.
That's tricky.
Because
My
plenty of
children
people
don't curse.
are talking to me now. Not my
Neither does
kids,
they
but
friends. They
other kids, they do. I used to get mad. Now I don't even be caring no more. I'd be like, what's up? I don't know. So I guess I got lax about it. Like, hey, but it's not like 16, 17, 18, 19. I'm talking about like the younger ones are like 20s and like early 30s and stuff. So if they're swearing, I'm not going to be like, no, like I split.
But what about if you're swearing in the like, not like swearing talking to the older person, but like I'm talking to somebody my age and I swear and their parent or something is standing there. Like, do you feel like, oh, you shouldn't swear because they're around, or like how does that work?
Well, that's Trina just said in her house, her kids, even though they're older, she don't want to hear it. Like, nah, y'all can't be in here swearing and talking to each other. To me, I really don't say much. Like if I hear Romy swearing in his room, I definitely be like, watch your mouth. Or like if I hear, I might say it here and there. But like I said, the younger kids, they'll talk. They be talking to me and be swearing. I don't be like, watch your mouth. I just listen and talk.
Well, that's honestly because nowadays with these younger kids and like the young generation, like Romy's generation and anything under, it's like hell. I mean, if you even try to say something, like they probably done slap you up or curse you out so bad that you want to fight them, and they have no respect. Like Angie said, this younger generation, not like Dejana and you know what I'm saying.
No, yeah, they're a whole
Under
different
that,
level.
like
They definitely are, but not
They're weirdos. Like I don't get it.
yes, they have no respect. And they're
It's
serious.
the craziest thing ever.
It's like I didn't watch every episode
They
of
don't.
How to Get Away with Murder, so try me.
Yeah.
Like what? Like just because I won't let you curse at me? Like
Like, okay, so I know I'm not even supposed to tell these stories, but I'm gonna say it. So the other day, right, I'm at work and there's like these kids that come through the store, and they live like in the little low income apartments that's up on the hill behind my store. So every vacation or whatever, they're not going to some camps or any of that stuff. So that's what they do. They come into my store and they cause problems or whatever. So I tried like the tough fruit, like what I'm saying, like every time I see them, make them leave the store or whatever. Then I was like, you know what? They ain't got nothing to do, you know what I'm saying? And I understand growing up young, being black or whatever, you ain't got nothing to do. So they'll come into the store or whatever, and I'll find them and I'll be like, hey, how y'all doing? Y'all on vacation, whatever. You need something, please don't cause no problems in the store. I was nice to them and everything. They're nice back. Sometimes if I got money in my pocket, I'll give them money so that they can get some candy, just so that they don't steal, stuff like that or whatever, right? So let me tell you how this works, right? So a couple of weeks ago, there's one that's like 13 or 14, and then he got a little brother that's like about 8, like no, not 9 or 10 years old. They got caught. I caught them stealing. The older brother was not the one that stole. It was the younger brother, but both of them had stuff. So I brought both of them in or whatever, right? So we're in the office. I had to call the police because there was no parent, none of that, whatever. So the older one, when I walked in or whatever, because I had my partner bring him in, and I went to go get the stuff that they had dropped around the store. So I come in, and when I look at him, he looked at me in the face and he dropped his head. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I was like, did you? He was really ashamed, And I said to him, I was like, what is going on? Why you didn't come find me? You needed a coat? What? The coat was only $15 or whatever. And he just kept shaking his head. But the little one, oh my goodness, this little one, I swear to God, he had to be like no older than 11. He had a mouth full of gold teeth, and he cursed worse than I could ever. Oh my God, like the stuff that he was dropping in there, I couldn't even believe it. Like it made me feel uncomfortable how badly he was swearing. And then when the police come in, because they always come in like 5, 6 deep, you know what I'm saying? They're in there and he's telling them like, you ain't gonna do this, I'm fearing for this little boy. Like, do you know you might be in the back of the car with these cops or whatever? But it just shows like the different, like he's 14 and he's 10. Just the difference in the respect. Like you just got to be scared. You know what I'm saying? Like he had no fear, nothing at all.
The 10-year-old.
Yeah, and it's like, damn. So is that because the way his mother and them brought him up, or what? Like
They don't.
Well, that Ninens didn't get enough beatings, but whatever.
Or like just bring his mouth, just like you should, even the way he was talking to the police, it was like, and the stuff he was saying, like oh man, it was.
I want to hear.
I usually record it, but I didn't. Not this time.
But geez, 11 with a mouthful of gold and just
wilding. Yeah, just wilding out. Like he had no remorse, and then and he wasn't scared. And then the cops even turned and said he was like that one was probably raised by the grandma, or the grandma was in the life, and this one right here just got straight to mama. You know what I'm saying? And it's just awful how they could just call it like that. You know what I'm saying? And they're probably right. And it's just like the level of the generations on how they're raising their kids.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that goes back to how we were talking about last week. There's no more
Yeah, absolutely.
there's no what Angie was saying earlier, like back in the day, my mother used to be whooping Angie's ass. No, sorry.
Yeah.
She also used to be making y'all drink vegetable juice.
Yeah, because of your ass. Because every time you did something wrong, I got my ass whooped by my mother and your mother.
Oh, bueno.
Shit.
Mm.
And I wasn't even there half of the time.
Hey, did I ask you to be
I
my
got beat
friend?
with rulers. Like, God damn.
Oh, that's funny as hell. And nowadays, people be like, "I dare you to hit my kid." Like, so I don't know. But even some of it, I do think is the parenting and the way things have went. But also some of it, I just think is such like it's so much environmental, because I feel like the difference between my older two and my younger two, like you can see the difference, and maybe some of it is me, because my older two be like, "Oh, you got soft, mommy, you got soft," but I feel like I was soft on all of them. Like,
It's
I know.
the influence too. The phone influence and what other people around the world are doing. Like these kids are watching other kids do other stuff, especially with their parents, and not realizing that that person and their parents have that relationship of that whatever those boundaries are. But then you come home and you know, there was like this thing where they were squeezing a water bottle into the parent's face. Or doing something, and I'm just like, that is so rude. Like why would you come home and do that, like, to somebody? But it's just the influence.
I wish the fuck one of my kids would squeeze a water bottle in my goddamn face.
Like why? And that's the relationship. So if they're like a prank family or a family that's always joking and that hee-hawing, that's them. But then the influence of the phone, oh shoot, let me record this. And that's why there's so many videos that you can authentically see that went wrong. And then it's funny, so they post it because they know they're gonna get the likes, but it's just like that authentically went wrong. You got your butt beat. Like
yeah, there is like pranks on parents, like tell the mom to shut up and just see how the kid reacts and stuff like that. And so
and then
that is like, oh.
And then you can't even beat your kids, because then next thing you know, the police come, you can't beat them on the camera. So you're sitting there like, oh my gosh. And then when the camera
They sure will come. They sure will come. Damn right they will.
Trina's like, oh hell yeah.
It's like the computers are raising the kids, and then it's just like a matter of, do you have time to beat them or not?
I think social media has really had people.
Yeah, I do too.
You think social media what?
Oh no, I have time.
I don't know what she said.
She said she thinks social media
has
a lot to do with.
And you're freezing a little bit.
Can you hear me though?
Yeah, I hear you now. Yeah.
Can you hear me?
You sound a little weird though.
Oh, okay.
I do think that the way
can you hear me now?
Like the government and everything controls the way that you can actually raise your kids and stuff nowadays do have a lot to do with why the younger generation is the way that they are. You know what I'm saying? Because they have too many rights, like too many rights.
Well, yeah. Plus, the world has become so sensitive.
Yes.
You can't be aggressive.
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
Too many.
I've heard so many stories of kids like basically what do you call it, manipulating or blackmailing their own parents, like, I'm gonna tell the school that you do this, or you know, they know what to say. They know these things. So it's crazy. Even if if I ever threatened, like I would still get beat. I would like it wouldn't even matter. And now it's just like, I think the government, all of the laws have made it so harsh to where it's just like, no, your kids are going to be gone. Like no chance of getting them back. All types of BS.
And then they want to blame the upbringing when the kids be doing shit.
And it's just like, no, some kids are just crappy. And then you can't even beat them straight because you're not letting me raise my kid. Like I know I have a crappy kid. I can see it. And I'm trying to fix it. And you're not letting me. And now he's gonna be a serial killer because of you.
And then you're gonna blame
And then you're gonna blame me when he becomes a serial killer.
They definitely are. Yeah, yeah. All right. I don't know. I guess we can go around and see if anybody has any last things to say because we've been on here for a while. Been doing good. So let's go from, you know what? Whenever I point, then when I watch back, I realize it's not the way it looks to me. So I'm gonna go around. I'm gonna start with Tiff. Like, any last things you want to say? Anything last things you want to add?
No, I think I'm good.
Dejana?
I think we really got into touch with every aspect of the topic. So I think we really touched everything. So.
Noodles?
No.
Booty?
Her candy, obviously.
Granola bar though, just not candy.
We'll let her think it's candy.
Yep. Healthy.
Angie? Oh.
Can't hear.
Angie? Okay, Angie has nothing to say. Ashley?
Huh?
Oh, okay. Angie, you have any last words?
I don't know why.
That's what's great about this car. These cars used to get a little bit off. Okay, I'm good. Now, if you can comb it, you can.
Girl, no, you
Nah,
don't.
I think
What
that's
the
going
fuck?
pretty good. You know.
Your neck and shoulders.
On top of this stream.
And look.
Ashley?
No, I'm good.
All right. Oh, you guys are way too talking. Screen.
Yeah, don't let your kids be disrespectful. Hell, don't let nobody be disrespectful. Damn that. Treat folk the right way. Hopefully they'll treat you the right way. And if they don't, give it up how they give it up. I don't know.
So you telling people to beat people's ass?
No, not at all. I'm just saying, you told the line, you carry yourself with respect at all times and respect people at all times. So if you get disrespectful, then it's earned and warranted. That's kind of how I look at it. You know?
Yeah, no, that's true. All right. I think that was a great topic. Thank you guys for joining me. I do think this stream is better than where we were before, but you know, I'm not real technical, so we'll keep learning. I'll keep learning. We'll get better at this. And all you guys, hopefully you'll join me again next week, and I'll see you soon.
Bye.
Bye.
Good night, everyone.
WKRP in Cincinnati.
I'm done with you. Bye, guys. I don't know how to get off of this.